Hey everyone, Sith Lord 310 here, and we're here back with a new video where I'm going to count down the 7 characters that I believe should have their own Disney Plus TV series. Now, it was announced recently that we're going to get the Cassian Andor series on Disney Plus, as well as the Mandolrian. And now there's a bunch of rumors of different shows that we're going to get from different characters. Now I'm going to go through a list of the 7 that I really want to see, and just keep in mind this is my personal opinion. You can agree, you can disagree, and that's perfectly fine. So these are not ranked in any particular order. I don't want one more than the other, or I do, but in the list they're not ranked. So let's go with the first one, which is Darth Maul slash Kiera. Now, this is a very popular choice after a solo Star Wars story. We have this unhinged part of the story that we don't know what happened between Solo and Rebels. So we have to figure out what happened with Darth Maul, what happened with Kiara, however you pronounce it, and it's intriguing, and also I feel like the story could be not only a preview of what happened after Solo, but also a little backstory. How did Maul become the leader of Crimson Dawn and much more? I would love to see this series. It's something I would be very interested to see. We won't, I really doubt we'll get this in a movie. And, what better form to get it than the actual TV series on Disney Plus? I feel like it's a really good option. Number two, just for numbering's sake, is a young Lando series. Now, people are probably going to not be so hot on this one, but honestly, my favorite part of Solo: A Star Wars Story was Lando. I feel like he was arguably the best character in the movie, the best acted character, and he's the character I want to go on adventures with. I've always had a fascination with the character of Lando, and I feel like being able to go on adventures with him, see what happened after Solo and in between Empire Strikes Back. I would love to see all this, and I feel like it would make for an interesting show. Number three. Number three is a very popular one that we actually almost got, but as a movie, and that is an Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Um, we all know about the rumors of the movie that was supposed to happen, it never happened, and all the other stuff. But honestly, seeing it as a show, I feel like would be better. I feel like we could really, really focus on the story and the character, and not have to fill it with action and try to, fit the constraints of a 2-hour movie. So I feel a TV show would work better for this series, and I'm really excited to see it. I want to see Obi Wan having to step away from the Force, step away from being this hero of the galaxy, and to go into become to become this secluded older man. And yeah, I would just love to see the story play out on the big screen. Now these other ones are going to be pretty interesting. I have Captain Phasma. Now I know for a lot of people, this one won't really ring as many bells, but personally, I feel that it's best suited for this character. Now, this character was heavily mishandled in the movies, and I feel that after I'm currently reading the Phasma book, and I finished reading the Phasma comics, and she is so different in the comics and in the EU, I should say, compared to how she is in the movies. So I really want to see that badass Captain Phasma that we get in the books and in the comics, and I want to see that on the big screen. And okay, maybe not the big screen, but the smaller screen, which is the TV show. And I feel maybe you could adapt the story. I guess it would have to be a prequel of sorts, unless she somehow survived the events on the Supremacy, but I really doubt that. But yeah, it's just a character that I feel was heavily misused in the Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, and I would really like to see a lot more of. And what better way to put it than in a Disney Plus TV show? That's at least how I'm looking at it. Now the next one is another misused character that I feel some people will agree with is Boba Fett. Now I don't think we're ever gonna get a true Boba Fett movie like it was rumored for a while back with Josh Trank, but I really hope and that this would go kind of Solo Star Wars story, basically where it goes into the events before Empire Strikes Back. Maybe the middle point of the movie could be Empire Strikes Back, and then it ends off. Well, it really depends because right now we don't know if Boba Fett survives Episode 6. We don't know if he makes it out of that. So for me to say, it really depends on whether or not they want to bring him back. If they do bring him back, then okay, you can make it a movie after Episode 6. But if he doesn't survive, then make it before. I would love to see that. You could really show the underground society of Star Wars, the dirty, gritty side of the environment. Show other bounty hunters, Bosk, IG-88, and many more. I feel like this is a really good way for Disney to go into the darker side of the Star Wars universe. Now, the next one, it's probably gonna raise some, I guess, suspicions of, and it's probably gonna raise some controversy. But I think I would love to get, okay, I'm gonna say it, a young, I mean, maybe not a young, but a story focusing on Rose and Paige from The Last Jedi. This is actually one of the rumored ones that was said in the initial rumor report. I feel that these characters are interesting. They bring a different side to the Star Wars universe that we haven't really seen before. And I would love to see this aspect and this side of Star Wars that we don't really get to see often. It's usually just about a big war, fighting, action. And I would love to get a smaller scale story where we could really just focus on how this affects everyday people. And I know that one's going to receive a lot of, I guess, downvotes because it is Rose. And anytime you mention The Last Jedi, it's going to garner some hate. It is, and it always will. So, yeah. But I would like to see it, and I feel like it would be something different for the Star Wars universe. And different is a good thing, really. It could be a bad thing, but we should be open to different. And the last one, this one I know is going to receive a lot of votes, is a young. Okay, I keep saying young, but none of these have to be young. But I would love to see a TV series based off Supreme Leader Snoke. I know I was okay with what happened to him in The Last Jedi. I understood it was for the purpose of the story. I understood that yes, Emperor Palpatine never got explained in the original trilogy, so why should Supreme Leader Snoke? I understand that he was just a placeholder. But I feel that eventually his story is going to be told inside of canon, and I feel that the best way would be through a TV series. I would love to see how he came to power, why the First Order respects him, what did he do in order to gain control of the First Order, and all this other stuff. And I feel it would it would best be suited for a TV series. I mean, a book would work and all that, but I just really want to see it in live action. Yeah, so those are my choices, guys. So let me just run through them really quickly again. So the first, I mean, again, no particular order, but a Darth Maul series after the events of Solo Star Wars story, and then I would like also some, I guess, Kira in the show. It really depends. I would like a young Lando series, either before Solo or after Solo and between Empire Strikes Back. An Obi-Wan Kenobi series based off after the events of Episode 3 and in between Episode 4. A Captain Phasma story, either after The Last Jedi or before The Force Awakens. A Boba Fett series, same way, either after Episode 6 or before Episode 5. A Rose and Paige Tico series before the events of The Last Jedi. And even the last one, Supreme Leader Snoke series, which would take place, obviously, before The Last Jedi and before The Force Awakens. Yeah, guys, so those are my choices, what I think characters that I want shows for on Disney Plus. Now, let me ask you guys, do you guys like any of my choices? Do you guys like any of my premises? If you do, comment below and let me know. Let's start a quick discussion. And if you don't, also let me know and tell me why. Again, keep it civil. And lastly, if you have any other ideas of TV shows that we could get on Disney Plus, comment below and let me know. As always, thank you for watching, and may the force be with you.